Hey, we'd like to take a minute to thank our sponsor, Isotope, makers of software and plugins for audio repair, mixing, and mastering. We use Isotope products here at the High Gain. It's an important part of how we've been able to bottle pure podcast gold week after week. And guess what? Isotope offers 1 free month of Music Production Suite Pro, which has all the tools you need to mix, master, and repair audio. Also, you can get 10% off all other software using the promo code FRET10. That's FRET10. All of this is at isotope.com, IZOTOPE.com.
Hey, this is Ed Peterson.
And this is John Kieltyka.
This is the High Gain Podcast.
Yes, it is. We talk about guitars here, Ed.
That's great. Are you going to tell me a story about a guitar today, John?
Yeah, if you're lucky.
I would love it. That sounds really cool. Where are we recording from?
Beautiful West Seattle, Washington.
Oh, it's a great day. It's beautiful.
It's pretty nice out.
Yeah, we just went for a little walk up to Thunder Road Guitars.
Oh, you mean ThunderRoadGuitars.com?
Yeah, and I think I'm going to trade in one of my guitars.
If you can remember to bring it up there. Why don't you tell the listeners
what a pro I am?
What your addled brain just did.
I have been eyeballing a guitar up at Thunder Road, and so I decided maybe I'm going to trade in my Mustang, and I've been feeling pretty bad about it, but a couple days ago I went up to the attic and I pulled down the case, and I put the guitar in the case, and a couple days went by, and I decided, okay, I'm going to go do this, and so I walked up to Thunder Road, I met you, we walked in, I put the case on the counter, I opened the case, and there was no guitar in it.
Sweet.
Yep.
Yeah,
Somehow I walked like 4 blocks with this case thinking like, this thing is really light. I don't remember.
I've got a pep in my step.
Like, I am really strong. And
that's a nice maneuver, Grandpa.
Well, you've created mystery now.
Hey.
Whoa. So what? There's another voice here.
Oh, that's great. Who do we got?
Guess who's here? Matt Wright.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Hi.
You know what Matt does, Ed? Matt, what do you do?
I repair guitars and I build effects pedals. That is what I do to make money, to pay my rent. I've done it for 15 years now.
15 years, Ed.
And you do it full time.
Full time.
That
is my job. And it's crazy and no one understands it. You two might.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Most people do not. And so then I lie and say I build guitars.
Oh, no.
And then they're like, ooh, I have a luthier friend too.
Yeah.
And then it just turns into a talk all about wood.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Which I have no desire to talk about.
No, you don't want to talk about
tone woods,
Brazilian rosewood, or
no.
People talk about maple top or bullshit like that. I could not give a shit less.
Ed is irascible that way.
Do you do like anything from setup work to neck repair to?
Yep.
Do you refin?
No.
Okay.
No refin. No neck resets.
Okay.
On acoustic guitars, but fretwork, electronics. Setup, body mods.
Do you have like band clients?
Yeah, for sure. Portland has a pretty great music scene and lots of bands and whatnot. And
how did we hear about Matt?
Let me show you something here.
Okay.
Of course, we're talking about a guitar today.
Sure.
We'll get into that momentarily, but
okay, that's a guitar.
Listeners to our podcast might notice that this distorted tone sounds different than our typical distorted tone.
Yeah.
That is because I'm using a different pedal today.
Okay, what are you using?
You know what I'm using today, Ed?
I kind of do.
This is called a Fuzz Stang.
Yeah.
It is manufactured by Matt. Matt makes these things.
I don't remember how you came across it, but I remember you ordering it and loving it.
Our humble opening theme song here is done with that Fuzz Stang.
Sure sounds like it.
Yep.
That is great.
It's one of my favorites. Tell us about this pedal, Matt.
Well, it's based on a seemingly unobtainable pedal called the Sam Ash Fuzz Stainer, which is a pedal I bought from a guitar repair client of mine when I was doing work in New York.
Matt brought an original Fuzz Stainer with him. Want to hear that?
I do want to hear it.
All right.
Man. Old Mr. Ash was not fucking around when it came to fuzz tones.
Whoever in the back room was turning those out.
Fuzz Stainer? Fuzz Stang. I'm going to say Matt has done a wonderful job.
When I made the first prototype, because I'm a pessimist, I didn't think it would work, and I stepped on it, the switch, and it worked, and it sounded just like it, and that was that.
Back in the day, John and I had a night where we sat around a table and we built little one-knob fuzz pedals, and I think there were like 3 of us working on them, and we maybe had a success rate of 1 in 3.
Making pedals turns out hard.
Oh, yeah, and I don't believe in electricity.
As a concept? Like as a...
I've had too many times where just stuff doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then it just magically does work.
You haven't heard, Ed? Electricity is a hoax.
It is. You've heard of Big Pharma.
Right.
That's right.
Big electrical.
Yeah.
So Sam Ash, there's still Sam Ash stores to this day, right?
Maybe.
They definitely have a presence on the internets. You know about the internets, Matt?
Yeah.
A little bit?
The web machine?
Yeah. They've got stuff on the web machine. All kinds of shit.
One thing I noticed about your pedal, Mac, compared to the original has 3 knobs. Yours has 4.
Yes.
Why is that?
I originally made a verbatim clone, which did just have 3 knobs.
Matt is now holding up the original.
Yep.
I didn't want to tweak the original by any means, even though I added an LED and I added the power adapter jack, where the original one has no LED and has no, it's only operated by a 9-volt battery. But I made the original one limited to 100, and I sold all those 100.
Nope, not all of them. I'm holding one.
Well, I had to keep one.
Okay.
I'm a collector nerd as well. I collect comic books and...
Oh, there's a huge comic scene in Portland.
For sure.
I've got a lot of comic book friends.
And so I hate it when I buy something that's a limited version, limited edition. And then a year later I find out it's not a limited edition, really, because they've re-released it with a different colored cover or, just something real banal and like, well, that's lame. So I kind of backed myself into a corner. I wanted to continue to sell them because people wanted to buy them. So the second version, like you said, John, has 4 knobs now instead of 3. I added an attack knob.
Attack, Ed.
Shit, I'm spilling. I opened this. I'm having a lovely beverage. Today I'm having a Synergy Organic Kombucha.
You've had that one before.
Did I have the trilogy before?
Does
I
it
don't
have
know.
apple cider vinegar in it?
I don't know what's in these things. They're bitey. You know what I mean? It's good. It keeps me alert.
I've got a classic Coke.
John and I used to go into a studio and just like fuck around, play guitar, and do stuff. I have not seen John with a classic Coke in a really, really, really long time, like years.
Yeah, I stopped drinking soda.
Yeah, but years ago, I would say, like, you need anything? And he would say, like, yeah, maybe a bag of chips and a 2-liter of Coke. And then he would drink 2 liters of Coke, like, out of a... He would just hold that 2-liter can or 2-liter bottle and just, like, chug it. And it was amazing. And
at like 11 o'clock at night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he would just like wonder why he couldn't sleep.
Matt,
like,
are you sufficiently beveraged?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a lemonade.
Oh, great. Did you bring that with you?
Yeah. All the way from Portland.
Really?
Yeah. I am not a beverage guy.
Okay.
I just drink like gallons of water every day.
Okay. Well, water's a beverage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the universal beverage of both man and beast.
It's the best beverage.
I've also got a Tivana, a craft iced tea, strawberry apple green tea. It's unsweetened. It's got rose hips and hibiscus in it.
Wow,
That's
sounds
like that's a scent, not a flavor.
Yeah. Matt, I'm going to call you our buddy, Matt Wright, from here on out. Is that cool?
Absolutely.
I met Matt 20 minutes ago.
Nice.
And already I feel like we're great buddies. Cool. Oh.
So, if the difference is the attack knob, why don't I roll the attack knob back and see what happens?
Dare ya.
Fuck.
Oh, it chokes it.
Yep.
It's like a gate or
Yep.
something.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
It's much more touch sensitive now. You gotta lean. There you go. You gotta lean into those notes.
That's great.
Ooh, I like that.
That is really cool.
Oh, That's the addition of the attack knob. I like that.
A+.
You know, the fuzz on Matt's fuzz
Yeah.
is at half right now.
Okay.
Should I just jack that thing?
Jack it.
All right.
And is the attack still all the way down?
Attack is at half.
Okay.
Let's get a sense.
It's kind of got that tone where, like, a lot of modern pedals, I think they try and do the thing where it's like the battery dying effect.
The battery sag.
Yeah. It's kind of got a little of that going on, right?
Yep. The attack knob can definitely lend itself to that, as well as depending on where the attack knob is adjusted. It's really a touch-sensitive scenario going on.
I don't want to misquote you. You said you don't believe in electricity? Like, it seems like... That seems like a crazy thing for a guy who makes guitar pedals.
No, I
You plug it into the wall.
Okay.
He just makes it.
this is
Okay.
potential energy, which I do
Right.
believe in.
Oh, I see. Okay. Because, so did you go to school for electronics?
No, not at all.
Can you now look at a schematic, though, and, like...
Simpler ones for sure, but the internet's what'd you call that?
The web machine?
The
yeah.
web machine.
Yeah.
If you dig deep enough, when you're not trying, you might find real information that is the truth.
Yuck.
I've heard
no
that.
thanks.
I've heard
Yeah.
that.
No, hard pass. Hard pass on the truth.
Truthful information, and it's few and far between, but I did end up taking a class at PNCA in Portland. It was called Electronics for Artists that don't believe in electricity.
Great.
That's great. Was it trial and error to make that? Did you have a breadboard where you just were able to, like...
No breadboard. I think I got one and didn't understand it.
Okay.
So I went straight to perf board. Otherwise, the internets came through.
Wow.
And I was able to
Nice.
ID everything,
Unbelievable.
get all the values of the resistors. Here's the secret. Here's the secret, everybody.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
The transistors used in the Sam Ash fuzz stainer are still manufactured today and are not some crazy basement Russian unobtainable transistor. So that made me happy because I had already known pedal guys in Portland who got the small batch of germanium, transistors, and half of them don't work, and then they
Right.
can only make a dozen pedals, and I did not want to deal with that. I just wanted to get the production process down and just go to town.
And
So
you cranked them by hand, right?
every one of them.
How long does one take?
If I just sat down and made one, 2 hours. But I do assembly line
Right.
style where
Right.
I'll take 50 enclosures and drill all the holes through the enclosures.
Yeah.
Right.
I made 3 yesterday in 4 hours maybe.
I think that the boutique kind of American-made dude in his basement pedal is super cool.
Thanks.
I think it's really amazing that people can sit down, do something that's handcrafted and super usable.
It is kind of surreal because
Yeah.
yesterday, they're all just little pieces. I don't get pre-drilled enclosures. The nameplates are in a little cardboard box, and this is in a cardboard box, and I get everything together. And by the end of the day, I can step on this thing, and it sounds great. And what's surreal is going to the guitar store, and then they get revealed. For me, it becomes no longer me in my underwear in my basement.
Right.
I make a thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like this thing, and this guy likes this thing, and he's
Yep.
just going to buy it from me.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like a thing that looks like all these other things where big people make.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like Peavy out of...
Yeah,
PV.
exactly.
That's great.
You are talking to the manufacturer of a 100% made in the U.S. pedal.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I think I love it. I have been on a kick for a long time. These jeans are made in America.
Yeah.
Like the t-shirt is made in America. My socks. These socks are like $12 a pair.
Yeah.
I believe in this thing of you should support American manufacturing. Small batch.
Yeah.
And it is terrible buying underwear that's made in America. I fully support it.
Have you found the American products better or longer lasting?
I think it depends on what you get.
Like socks. I'm interested in the socks.
The socks, these are people's socks, 100% wool, and they're pretty big. They're like a thick work sock kind of thing.
I can't think of an example, but I don't mind spending a little more if it lasts longer.
Yeah, let's be a little thoughtful, people. American-made socks and kombucha.
And pedals.
And fuzz pedals.
Oh, yes. And fuzz. Right. What's that guitar, John?
This is Gibson Sonex.
It is. It is. It's pretty Les Paul body shape.
Yeah, it is a Les Paul body shape.
Yep.
This is from the infamous Norlin era.
Yeah.
For listeners who haven't followed along with our Gibson tirades,
well, fuck you guys.
I will do the briefest of recaps.
Okay.
So in 1944, Gibson is sold to the Chicago Music Instrument Company, and things are going well. That's when we get the Les Paul. That's when we get all kinds of cool stuff. That is super awesome. In 1969, the Ecuadorian Company Limited, ECL.
Oh.
Funny thing about them, they are Panamanian.
The notorious Ecuadorian Panamanians.
That's right. ECL buys Gibson, and they kind of partner with the Chicago dudes.
Okay.
The Ecuadorians, what do? Breweries. They brew stuff.
Perfect.
You've got two dudes, mainly. You've got the Chicago dude. He's still on board.
He's on board.
And the Ecuadorian dude. These two cats, H. Norton Stevens. He's the Ecuadorian dude. The ECL guy's name is Norton. The Chicago guy's name is Berlin.
Norlin.
That was 1969. And thus begins the race to the bottom for Gibson.
Norlin era starts in 1969?
It does.
I think when you think race to the bottom, you're going to jump forward.
To the bottom?
To the bottom, which is in the 80s, I got to think.
They started a little before that, but for the purpose of this guitar today...
Yep. Okay.
We'll start in the 80s, sure.
Sure.
Oh, by the way, our man Norton.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Oh, what's he up to? No.
He's not doing much.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he died at 65, had an unfortunate heart attack or some such.
Matt's pouring out his lemonade on the ground.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, he misses him already.
Oh, it's terrible.
So Norlin, in their wisdom, since all they knew about was like how to pretend to be Ecuadorian and brew beer, they were bottom line dudes.
Okay.
What do the musicians want? Their answer was don't care.
Oh.
Give them something cheaper and make it new. New, cheaper.
I would rather own that guitar. This is going to be...
Say it.
He says real early on.
Yeah. I think I would rather own that than like an off-the-shelf Les Paul. I've also said I don't give a shit about the wood. I don't know what this thing is made out of.
Carbonate. Same thing that Han Solo was frozen in.
Unobtainium.
Yeah. It's funny because Matt is not far off the mark.
Yeah. Okay.
So this thing is introduced.
Yeah.
And the marketing flurry around this is fucking crazy. First off, it's a bolt-on neck. It's not even a set neck. But there's tone wood under here.
Oh.
Under this skin is actual tone wood.
Okay.
But it's covered with resin wood.
Ooh.
So it's got some contours on it, right?
Yeah,
So there's a little contour there,
Yeah.
and that is not sculpted into the wood. They put this resin wood liquidy shit on it and mold it to that shape.
Oh, the wood underneath is not even that shape?
No, the wood underneath is flat. They put this stuff on top and mold it. Here's what they said in their marketing materials about this guitar at the time, 1980.
Yeah.
A step into the future, yet priced like time stood still.
Sold.
1980, how much was this guitar?
1980, that guitar was $784.
Matt.
$349.
Whoa.
Oh, Matt is pretty close.
Really?
In 1980 dollars, this was $375.
Holy shit.
Does that sound familiar, Ed?
That sounds like the Peavey.
1978, the Peavey comes out, and Peavey puts out an ad. The ad has a picture of 3 guitars on it. A Les Paul, a Strat, and the Peavey T60. And the verbiage, one word, it says, why? Underneath each guitar, it has the price.
Nice.
And so the price of the T60 in 1978 was $375.
That's a third of what a Les Paul cost.
Makes you wonder if the Norlin boys were trying to tell Peavey to suck on this.
Yeah, suck on this Sonex.
Yeah, I got your $375 right here.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The Sonex and the Paul.
The Marauder.
The Marauder, yeah.
The Challenger.
Like Marauder,
Yeah.
Grabber. Like
So
a
the-
lot of those 80s guitars are cool.
The Marauder was what I called my first big boy guitar.
This Sonex actually replaced the Marauder.
Okay.
It replaced the Marauder and the S1. The other two flavors you could get were the 180 Deluxe. Is that what this is? Yes. You know how much this one was? This is below the standard.
$319.
Yeah.
$299 in $1980.
Wow.
That or 300 gallons of milk. It's like,
What kind of animal drinks milk in his 30s?
I get grossed out when little kids do.
Yeah.
My little nieces are like 5 and they're drinking a glass of milk. I'm like, fucking disgusting.
Isn't milk just like modified sweat?
Oh, God. I've seen half of the videos that make you not want to drink milk. And Where does the L6S lie in all of this? That was like what Santana played.
L6 was later on. The ad for the L6 for Santana said something like, Santana calls it his rainbow machine. Or something like that. It's like, yeah, all right.
Got milk?
Yeah.
Matt, you need to come up once a week now and just do this. Yeah, like it's great. You're our go-to guest.
So they also had a custom for $450.
$299 to $450. That's your range.
That's the range in 1980.
It's great.
In 1981, it's going so well, they discontinue the standard.
Okay.
Because, that's how they are.
American Werewolf in London came out in 1981.
Who's in that?
That dude who does the Dr. Pepper commercials. I'm a pepper, you're a pepper, he's a pepper, and he's dancing around the streets and shit like that.
Of London?
No, in the Dr. Pepper commercials.
Is he a werewolf?
No.
You want to know more about this resin wood? There is no end to the hyperbole coming out of the Norland boys.
Oh.
Product that will be heralded for years in the future as a first. They called this the Sonex multiphonic body.
Multiphonic?
Yeah, okay, here it is.
And here's a quote. The Sonex body is so resilient that its structural properties survived extreme testing in temperatures ranging from minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Why would they do that?
Oh, that's great. That is good to know. You know what's not going to hold up to that?
What?
The tuners?
Well, maybe.
Everything on the body.
Right. Yeah.
I would like to throw it from a room that's minus 40 out into a room and just watch that finish.
Yeah, watch it just
that'd
shatter.
be great.
Yeah, I'll bet you can't relic this finish.
Yeah, let's see you relic that Rezo wood.
Yeah, maybe because of that, maybe not. I don't know. In 1981, it gets its first high-profile player.
81. I think Eddie Van Halen played one of those.
The guy from Kiss?
How would you feel if I said The Edge?
Oh, really?
Really?
1981. Do you know October? I think it was?
Sure.
He played it for like a year, and then I guess he moved on to Les Pauls and Explorers and whatever.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a Sonex.
Yeah.
For all I know, it's 180 degrees in the studio.
Probably.
If Bono's in there, it is.
Yeah. That's great.
So now, at the same time that comes out, they have discontinued the standard. So the only thing left now is the 180 Deluxe, which this is, and the custom.
Mm-hmm. What kind of pickups are in that, John?
These are called Dirty Fingers pickups. Yeah, you could get the Sonex with different pickups depending on what was going on. The guy making the pickups for Gibson at the time was an employee named Bill Lawrence. Bill went on to make him some sweet-ass pickups.
Tell me what Bill's up to these days.
I believe Mr. Lawrence is still alive.
Awesome.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Good.
He made amazing pickups, and the Marauder I had Bill Lawrence pickups in it.
As I understand it, these pickups are worth more than probably the whole guitar. People will take these pickups out and just sell the pickups. And then
Wouldn't doubt it.
Take the body and throw it in a trash compactor or something.
At 179 degrees.
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
God, nothing
Try
has
again,
happened to us yet.
I can't kill it. So,
Are there push-pull pots on those tones?
There are not.
Okay.
Later models had phase, which is like the custom. Had you could throw these pickups in and out of phase.
I love out of phase. Nose against the glass there.
Yeah.
Great.
Everybody listen to me.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
So that's pretty nice. The Edge is using that in 1981.
That's great.
If the Edge is playing it, maybe this thing's got some life in it.
Yeah. God bless.
Not so much.
No, what?
In 1982,
Okay.
they discontinue the custom.
What are the models?
It started with the lowest being the 180 Deluxe, which is this. The middle of the road was a standard. High end was the custom. So now they have discontinued the standard and the custom. The only thing you can get is this 180 Deluxe.
Okay.
In 1982.
1982, Blade Runner came out. Here's the controversial opinion. Tony Scott is a better director than his brother, Ridley Scott. I will fight anyone who says different.
You'll have to let me know what movies Tony Scott did.
Man on Fire, Days of Thunder, True Romance.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we think it's going along. We think it's great.
I think it is.
But nonetheless, they discontinue the custom in 1982.
Okay.
So now all you're getting is the 180.
Hit that fuzz tang, and then you know what a fella could do right now? A fella could go to Thunder Road Guitar in beautiful West Seattle, Washington,
Yep.
or thunderroadguitars.com, and he could buy that very guitar
This actual guitar.
and that pedal.
Yep. If you go to Thunder Road and say, I want that Sonex.
And you'd be a fool not to. A fucking
Totally.
idiot.
Yeah, idiot, moron. How cool would that be?
Shit. Like I said, you'd be a fucking idiot.
So what kind of tone does this sound like in terms of musical genre? What kind of bands are playing this sound in 1980?
Oh, I was going to say it's kind of Jack White. I could picture Jack White like... Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Believe it or not, it was happening.
Devo.
Fair guess.
Well, that's a pretty good guess.
Hey, thanks, guys.
1982.
Uh-huh.
Ever hear of Fear?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh,
like Fear?
of course.
Fear loved them the Sonex. Pretty good, huh?
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I know you do. That
sounds
is
great.
Lee Ving, their guitar player, and that song was I Don't Care About You from the album called The Record,
Okay.
1982.
I think I'm into it.
I wonder if that's the same theme that says, I am in a punk band. I can't afford the big fancy guitars. What is cheap? Give it to me.
There's probably the It's Cheap theme, but a Les Paul, it's just ostentatious.
Let me put it on without the fuzz. It's got a good tone to it.
What are you playing through? We're going through the Marshall again
Going
today.
through a Marshall Studio 15.
Yep. Are you in the rhythm?
I'm in the middle. Rhythm,
Yep.
bridge. I think that's respectable.
Yeah. It's got a funny logo on the headstock. Was that? I don't...
Ugh,
The Gibson Guitar Company USA.
heinous.
Very heinous.
I prefer the fact that the neck is bolted on more than I do the look of that logo.
Is it more expensive to glue the neck on?
Yes. I would say the production is harder.
Yeah. Okay. What's going on in 83?
Well, in 83, they're gearing up.
Okay.
Because in 84,
Yeah.
they discontinue the whole goddamn
Oh,
thing.
perfect. Good job, Norland.
Yep. By the time 84 is over, they're done. No more Sonex.
Sayonara.
Sayonara. A year after that, hostile takeover. The Norland boys are under siege.
Uh-oh.
They're bullshitting up the place, making crazy ass dumb guitars.
Okay.
And so they are ripe for the hostile takeover.
Sure.
A securities firm. What do you know about securities firms, Ed?
I know a little bit about them. I'm not a huge fan. Is that when our boy comes in?
It is not.
Okay.
Here's the weird part.
Okay.
So everybody knows Gibson's owned by our man Henry,
Yep.
who is, by all accounts, a douchebag.
Yep. You know about that?
I do.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to Wikipedia and it just says, Henry is a douchebag. But he's not in the picture yet. I can't
Okay,
believe it.
okay.
So, 85, the securities firm called Rooney Pace. Patrick J. Rooney and Randolph K. Pace.
They sound like cool guys.
Yeah, they take over that shit.
Yeah, why not?
But, it's really weird. Less than a year later, they sell it to Henry.
Huh. Did they just
So why
pick
did...
up the pieces until Henry could get his shit
No,
together?
it wasn't turn and burn. Turns out our guys, Rooney and Pace,
Yeah.
super fucking scumbags. I believe they had no choice. Our man Rooney, our man Pace
Yep.
were fined, censured, and expelled from the NASDAQ for stock manipulation.
Oh, sure.
Involving primarily, of all things, a Miami-based fast food place called Captain Crab.
Huh.
They were crooked bastards.
The first Karate Kid movie came out in 1984.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did it?
The same year as these scumbags shit all over
Wax
Gibson.
on, wax off.
You know Sonic Youth?
Not
Yeah.
familiar.
Now, here's the caveat.
Okay.
So, you know the album Daydream Nation?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, played it all over that album.
Really?
Awesome.
But if you want your Sonex to sound like,
Like a Thurston
like
Moore?
Thurston Moore on Daydream Nation, here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to rip the nut out and put a carriage bolt in instead.
Okay.
You're going to have to tear out all the frets
Okay.
and replace them with nothing.
Okay.
Take off 3 of the strings, so there's only 3 strings. Rip out one of the pickups. Take out all the knobs except one. And then when you play it, you have to play it with a drumstick.
I mean, I could see with those modifications, it could be seen as an improvement. to that
Modifications.
guitar.
But maybe he knew electronics aren't the picture here.
Right.
It's that
Resin.
resin.
Oh,
wood.
sure. Oh. Oh, it's that banging thing.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That guitar they bought for $190 specifically to beat the shit out
I
of it.
encourage you to either look up, that song was called Eric's Trip, by the way. Look up a video of that, and you'll see him playing this thing.
Oh,
Or
really?
just look up, you can find pictures of how he has mangled this thing. You can find close-ups of the headstock and the body. It's
wow.
wild. He beat that thing within an inch of its life, and
Wow.
it's awesome.
That's great. That
looks-
is super cool.
It looks fantastic. But
Yeah.
yeah, as far as I know, he's still playing it live.
So you're saying it could have been Sonic's youth.
Nat just got the first side eye from Ed.
I'm a dad.
dad jokes.
That's great.
So what happens now? So it's like a period of relative quiet for the Sonex because they're not being made anymore and nobody knows about them or likes them anyway until the kind of doom sludge crowd
I like where this is going.
starts picking them up.
Okay.
And that is happening to this day. It's kind of exciting. What do you know about Buzz Oven?
I like the name.
I don't know Buzz Evan.
1998?
Okay.
Dirt Kicker, this is called. From our friends Buzz Oven. It's pretty good, huh?
I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah.
They love the Sonex.
Sure. Why not?
This is great because how often have you heard a song and been like, man, that Les Paul sounds great? Or that Telecaster sounds great?
Sure.
Ever?
Right.
Maybe never.
Yeah.
Are you like, oh, I love the sound of that, you
I
know,
think-
Gretsch Duo Jet.
Right.
Right. So, 1998, that was Dirt Kicker
Yep.
from the album At a Loss by Buzz Oven. Poignant. I saw you tearing up over there, Ed. As true today
Yeah.
as it was in 1998, I
Right.
think. What do you know about Harvey Milk?
The mayor? Of-
Oh, you're talking about the mayor of, the
San-
councilman in San Francisco?
Yeah.
That Harvey Milk sadly left us.
Right.
He was shot?
I believe so. I did not see the movie directed by
Ridley Scott's brother?
Tony Scott?
Yeah, that
no,
was awesome.
Tony Scott, R.I.P., by the way.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. We lost him.
There's a band called Harvey Milk.
Okay.
And in 2008,
Uh-huh.
they put out an album called Life, the best game in town.
Oh,
And
that
there's a
sounds
song
good.
called Motown on it. I like it.
Yeah. All right. That's enough.
Would you listen to them?
I would listen to them.
It gets heavier, man.
Oh, man.
Now we're in 2014.
2014,
2014. What do you know about I Hate God?
I've heard of the band.
guys. I have too.
This guy is very prolific. His name is Jimmy Bauer. He is also very vocal about his Sonex. This is called Medicine Noose.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those guys have found a home. Hey, what if I put on the fuzz stainer and the fuzz
Oh,
stainer?
man.
And the Fuzz Stainer.
Yeah.
This one I brought. Number 47.
Oh.
This pedal was owned by Lou Reed.
What?
Oh,
Correct.
Tell us about that.
Wow.
Owned by Lou Reed, yet you have it.
Yeah.
So what's the story there?
A recording engineer in New York wanted to rent a fuzz stang from me, which seemed a little bit weird. And he said, well, if I bought everything I wanted, I would just have a bunch of I don't have enough space. I just like to use the thing and whatnot. I didn't want to rent him one. It didn't make any sense to me. I was like, just buy one. And then we kind of went back and forth. Well, can I get a deal? Why don't you give me one and I'll show it around? And here I am in my basement and there he is in Manhattan. And, and I'm like, come on. It's not a lot of money, really. I mean, I really put my big boy pants on and went back and forth, maybe even over a couple days via email. And I finally broke. I was like, okay, fine. What's your address? I send it to the guy. And then it's like an avalanche of people. Lou Reed being one of them. So he records Lou Reed. He records the Black Crowes. And he records this other guy and this other guy. And so really within maybe a month after he received it, 4 or 5 big name guys are like, hi, I heard your pedal at Dude's studio. Can I buy one?
No kidding.
And so I'm like, well, okay.
Maybe renting it was not so terrible.
I remember being like, okay, cool. I do really appreciate all the, and he's like, I told you. And I'm like, yeah, I know you told me. Anyway, Lou Reed heard it and wanted one.
And I'm holding it.
You're holding it. And so his guitar tech, this guy named Stuart, contacted me and said Lou Reed would like to buy one of your pedals. And so he PayPal'd me money, and I sent a pedal off to New York. A couple of years later, Lou Reed passes away.
Right.
There we go. And Stuart contacted me and said, hey, we're going through all of Lou's stuff. Do you want that fuzz pedal back? And right off the bat, I was like, well, no, you can have it, Stuart. And maybe 5 minutes later, I email, actually, if I could have it, that would be great. And so he's like, yeah, no problem. And so they threw it in the mail. And
did it leave with this mark on the back?
No, I think that was like Velcro,
That is amazing. That's killer, because that's Lou Reed wear, right?
Yeah, totally.
Do you know what they used it on? What Lou would have played that on?
I do not. I waited a while, and then I asked Stuart, hey, is Lou enjoying it? Does he really like it? And can I put his picture on my website?
Right.
No to the second question. No problem. Well, I'm going to continue to tell people that he plays it.
Right.
But I won't, put it on my website.
Right.
And you had, if I remember correctly, you had some pretty decent press off of it too, right? Wasn't there a Guitar Player magazine?
Review, yeah.
Yeah.
John Spencer has the second version, pedal number 1.
That's super
Is that
cool.
is that a coincidence, or he wanted it?
We have a mutual friend who makes theremins. He connected us. And of all people, John probably actually knows about the Sam Ash Fuzz Stainer.
Right.
And so he was game immediately. I want to buy one of these. He has been such an amazing booster. He's an awesome guy. But he has name dropped me in numerous magazines, and numerous people have, hey, I just recorded with John and I want to buy a fuzz,
right.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And that guy's, he's super cool. His work is crazy good.
Yeah. And it's also neat for him to be like, yeah, it's on this song on the new album.
Right. That is another little benefit of the boutique thing. I mean, it's convenient that you're a couple hours away and you were coming here anyway. But it's like, we're not going to be just sitting down and bullshitting with the dudes from Fender or Gibson, but like a boutique.
Not Gibson.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, Henry.
I think I've burned that bridge. Yeah, like that. This episode did us no favors either. But yeah, like it's super cool to just meet people who are doing the thing.
Yeah, appreciate it. It's fun.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, I think that's great.
It's also been cool because somehow everyone that's balling that's a big name musician is someone I truly enjoy listening to.
Yeah.
That's great. Where can the listeners get one of these pedals, Matt?
Well, they can get one as of earlier at Thunder Road Guitar or numerous shops in Portland sell them. Old Town Music, Centaur Guitar, or you can visit my website.
Which is?
WrightSounds.com with a W. My last name is Wright, like the Wright brothers. So
the Wright brothers, Ed.
Wright Sounds.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Wilbur and Orville.
Yeah.
Wilbur and Orville. Thank you.
Yeah. Damn shame.
A
Those two.
moment. Let's
Someone
take a
just
moment.
ordered one this morning from Switzerland,
Wow.
Wow.
which
that's
is
cool.
also, I think that's really neat too.
Matt has told us that Get Your Pants Off by John Spencer features the Fuzzstang, Ed.
Okay, I want to hear it.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
Are they playing it on the bass too?
It's usually 2 guitars.
Oh, that's great.
What a great tune too.
Yeah.
Does he play a Sonex as well?
With 2 strings,
A 2-string
a
Sonex.
64 and a 58.
If you want to sound like John Spencer, go buy that goddamn pedal.
Yeah. Fuzzstang. Right
Yep.
Sounds.
Yep.
Rightsounds.com.
Great.
Does anybody else have any other questions about...
Anyone else? Holy shit, there's a massive crowd behind us.
Do you guys know a band called The Sword?
They're Portland, right?
They just recorded an album in Portland. They're, I think, from Austin. They were just in Portland recording an album. They enjoyed the Fuzzstang as well. Kyle, the guitarist, bought one and went over to the studio and, he plugged the pedal right in and, shredded there for a minute or two. It was pretty awesome. And so I said, well, hey, so glad you're digging this. Let me know if it makes it onto the album.
Yeah.
And he said, well, it's already on 2 songs. And I was like,
that's great.
So when the album came out, I went and bought it, and they put me in the liner notes. Matt Wright sounds like, oh.
Okay, great. We're going out. Man, it has been fantastic having Matt Wright here.
Matt Wright from Right Sounds.
Right Sounds.
Thanks so much.
Fuzzstang.
Hey, John,
What?
where can people find more of our shit?
thehighgain.com. It's a website. You should go there.
Yeah, you could go to facebook.com.
Yep. You can go to Twitter. You can go to Instagram.
Sure, you can buy a t-shirt
You can buy a t-shirt, goddammit.
if you wanna.
Yeah.
Go to Thunder Road's Guitar and buy a Fuzzstang and a Sonex. You can get everything you heard today right there.
Yep.
Okay, thanks, Matt.
No problem. Thank you guys. I had a blast.